Hi, God's Own Medicine here, Medic Maniac YouTube, and I'm going to read you an email that I just sent to Metro Game Central, which is the review site that I read a Forza 6 review of. I'll read you the email and correct spelling mistakes that I've noticed that I've done, and just silly mistakes that I've noticed that I've done. I'll correct them along the way as I'm reading. Hi GC, I emailed you not long ago but received no reply or response via your inbox. Here is your review of Forza Motorsport 6, which persuaded me to buy a Forza Motorsport limited edition Xbox One with Xbox Live Gold, and then I've linked their review. As you can see, your review is gushing with praise. You slated Drive Club for being broken and never re-reviewed it after its numerous patches, yet you never mentioned anything, see your review, about Forza Motorsport 6 being broken, nor did you see fit to re-review it after its patches. This is the reality of Forza 6, the same Forza 6 that your gushing review had me spend hundreds of pounds on. 1. Glitched cars ruining online play and leaderboards from the official Forza forums. I am a member. This issue has still not been fixed and the leaderboards have not been wiped. And then I link where that's discussed on the Forza forums. 2. Broken AI difficulty at launch. This issue saw the easiest difficulty AI impossible to beat, and was also discussed by players and devs on the official Forza forums, but not your review. And then I link the page on YouTube where that's discussed by somebody who's ranting about it. The issue was eventually fixed. Yeah, eventually, after quite a long time. 3. Broken hot lapping, meaning players could cut chunks of track off and not incur a lap penalty even on top lap times. This issue has never been fixed to my knowledge, and again the leaderboard's not wiped. And then I link the YouTube video discussing even top lap times, number one lap times, by players who wanted the issue fixed, and they talk about it being broken. Your review is misleading. Your review is false. How could you discuss Drive Club being broken and not discuss Forza 6 being broken? I have wasted hundreds of pounds on the basis of trusting you to write a properly objective and honest review. Did GC receive any incentives to give a glowing review and award a 9 out of 10 score? It looks to me like GC did. I am angry and will be taking this further. I will also make sure I spread this information as wide as possible while never trusting your reviews ever again. Regards, and then me. As well as understanding that I made errors, a couple of errors in there. I missed out linking an item to do with the broken multiplayer, so I sent a further email just a little later in the day to correct that and to put in the link for the broken multiplayer. And I've just simply said, further to my previous email, an oversight on my part. 4. The multiplayer was also not working properly at launch. This was also discussed by players on the official Forza forums. I believe this issue was patched sometime later, and then I put the link in to the YouTube video discussing the broken multiplayer. As you can see, this further adds to the mess that Forza 6 was, and to some extent still is. This was never mentioned by your reviewer. Why? How can you justify the ineptitude of your review, which has cost me hundreds of pounds for simply trusting you to write a fully objective review. This email should be added to my previous one regarding your Forza 6 review versus reality. Regards, and then me. What is getting me at the moment is I have anger for this, and anger's just like a natural reaction in it. It's like if you piss somebody off, they will be pissed off with you. It's just how we are as human beings. Anger can be really good because it can save lives. It can be a catalyst for change. It can, get people to take action. In this case, I want to take action. I don't want to let this lie. I don't want to let it go without doing something. And human beings, generally speaking, especially I've noticed in areas such as this to do with games, it's almost like the word game has gone, oh well, it's only a game. Actually, this is misleading business practice. That's what it is. And I've linked to videos to how, this business works. And what they do is they play on the psychology of humans, how humans work. So, for example, in Event Status's video that I've linked it a few times. If any of you have taken the time to watch it, you'll understand that they do a lot of research, that they hold a lot of marketing data on customer habits and stuff like that, and what happens when games get 9 out of 10. Event Status says in his vid that the 9 out of 10 games that get a score of 9 or higher from reviews get 3 times as many sales in their launch window. That's, the power of a good review. When people read that a game is good on a review site, it anchors their perception of what the game is going to be, and then they're more inclined to believe that it's a good game. So it's almost like controlling what you're thinking before you play it. Now, I expected Forza 6 to be good. I expected the review to be objective. I expected it, to be... I understand, I'm a bit long in the tooth as a gamer, and I understand that when they say it's the best one ever, it's the best one ever. They say that so many times. If you look on reviews recently about things being the best one ever, what they do is they pick out little things to do with the previous edition of a game. Let's say it's Zelda, for example, and they picked out previous things to do with Skyward Sword. But apparently Breath of the Wild's the best one ever. No, it's not. It's just that simple. No, it's not. In fact, it's least like a Zelda game than any of the Zelda games that I've seen. It has frame rate issues. My daughter's finished it. She's finished the whole thing, and she didn't rush it. She didn't just rush the story. She did everything else first, basically. There's a lot of repetition in it. There are no proper dungeons. The frame rate issue is definitely a problem. There are lots of issues with it that don't... She thinks it's a good game, but she doesn't think it's brilliant, and she thinks it's more... If we're doing ratings, which I think are absurd and should be dropped, but a lot of people kind of go on ratings and stuff, she thinks it's somewhere around a 6 or 7. Having watched it and having seen her play it, I'm more inclined to think it's somewhere around a 5. Is average. But no, the reviews, it's the best one ever, and there's a lot of hype for it and stuff. So that people do get swept along with review scores and stuff. However, in Forza's case, and Forza and PES are different in some respects to things like Breath of the Wild, because they're just broken and badly broken. And as I said before, if your game is you can build a car, you can put power in it, you can tune it in certain classes, the whole thing is broken and dysfunctional, because the glitched cars means that within those classes, when you build it, there are going to be basically cheat cars. It hasn't been fixed. If you're doing an online race, and you know, I did mention the Forza forums, they were complaining about this because you can put so much more power in them. The game is totally unbalanced and totally broken. Your game is dysfunctional. That should have been mentioned in the review. It's a major point, and it's up to game reviewers to objectively critique a game and tell us exactly what is wrong with it. If there are issues where the game is actually factually broken, and in Forza's case there are a number of them, they should have been mentioned. Not glowing gushing praise 9 out of 10 which guarantees triple the sales in the launch window according to event status's vid. But that's why they've done it, haven't they? So I'm not resting on this. I want to do something. I want to actually take this anger, take this catalyst for change, and do something with it. And I haven't written to them about PES yet, specifically, barring my other emails. But like the Forza emails, where I specifically pointed out things and linked proof, I will be doing that with PES. Right, guaranteed fact, I will be doing that, because, you know, I'm on one now. But I can't get my head around why humans generally, you know, they don't wanna, they go, oh well, that's the way it is. It doesn't have to be the way it is. We can do something about it. And this is why I had my rant when, you know, on the get together PES players please, on, you know, well, now I'm fecked off. You know that video that I did where the AI score through my player score. Just get together. I've been trying to get people, you know, attention and stuff, and try and communicate with people who are of the same ilk that the industry needs sorting out. And I will get there. I will get there in the end. So I'm not going to let it lie. So those are my emails currently about Forza and about broken reviews and stuff. And, you know, like I said, I will you know, spread this as far as I possibly can. I will share this. So this is part of it. Coming to the end of the vid now, so take care whatever you're doing.